Chapter 1: The 10,000 Dharmas in a Single Cup of Coffee. Welcome to today's podcast. Imagine for a moment that you are sitting by a window, holding a freshly brewed cup of coffee. In Buddhist philosophy, this is called a Dharma, a single phenomenon. We often hear the saying, to see a world in a grain of sand. But this is far more than just a beautiful literary metaphor. In the dedication of non-attachment and non-binding liberation section of the Avatamsaka Sutra, there is a profound statement. Within one Dharma, one knows the unspeakable and unutterable Dharmas. Within all Dharmas, one knows the single Dharma. Many people wonder, just because I know how to drink coffee, does that mean I know how to pilot a spacecraft? Just because I understand the bitterness of coffee, can I understand the mysteries of the universe? Where is the connection? The key lies in the relationship between essence Ti and function Yang. If we compare the universe to gold, then the coffee, the car, the stars, and even our own bodies are merely different forms crafted from that gold. These are the functions. While the forms vary, the underlying essence of the gold remains the same. When the sutra says within one Dharma, one knows the unspeakable Dharmas, it doesn't mean you will suddenly master engineering by staring at your latte. It means that when you perceive the essence that supports all existence through the specific phenomenon of coffee, you can move freely through all phenomena. You are no longer bound by surface appearances. You realize that whether you are following gravity on Earth or the specific laws of Mars, you are simply aligning with natural law. This practice isn't about defying cause and effect, but about aligning with it more precisely. Just as eating requires putting food in your mouth rather than your eyes, true non-obstruction comes from this seamless alignment with the way things are. Chapter R: The Matrix of Sound. Who is capturing the echoes? The second dimension we explore is sound. The sutra mentions a concept that sounds almost science fiction: the unobstructed ear organ of Samantabhadra. It claims that within a single sound, one can discern infinite linguistic variations. While this sounds like a universal real-time translator, it actually points to a deeper state of consciousness. Speech sound is more than just acoustic vibration. It is a carrier of intent. Take the Chinese language, for example. The same sound can represent completely different meanings, roots, and emotions depending on the context or dialect. An awakened being can capture the subtle nuances behind these meanings in an instant, yet remain unattached while doing so. Is this difficult? Actually, we all do the opposite every day. When someone insults us, that sound disappears into the air almost instantly. But our consciousness grabs it and refuses to let go, replaying it in our minds over and over. This is called being bound. The wisdom of a practitioner of Samantabhadra is this: I hear you clearly. I discern every motive behind your words. Yet I know the nature of sound is ungraspable. This ability to hear without being trapped is the truth of seeing all sounds within a single sound. Chapter 3: Becoming the Great King of Action. The Roadmap of the Senses. In the Avatamsaka Sutra, practitioners are given a powerful title, the Great King of Action Daxing Wang. This title isn't reserved for those sitting in caves away from the world. It belongs to those who reach perfection within the gates of action. What is a gate of action? Simply put, your eyes seeing is the action of the eye organ. Your ears hearing music is the action of the ear organ. Every time we open our eyes, we perform countless actions. You look at food, your phone, a loved one, or a falling leaf. Every point where your gaze lands is, in fact, a path leading to a different destiny. The wisdom of Samantabhadra Bodhisattva lies in this. In every flicker of the eye, he clearly perceives the underlying infinite roots and infinite mental delights. He knows exactly where the path of greed ends and what the journey of compassion looks like. He is like a navigator with a divine vantage point, seeing the starting and ending points of 10,000 paths in the Dharma realm. Because he sees clearly, he experiences subtle joy. This joy doesn't come from a reward, but from clarity. Confusion is the root of suffering, while total clarity is the purest form of peace. You begin to see that even when beings see themselves sick or fall into dark paths, there is a subtle karmic tension at play, a rhythm of the universe that is perfectly balanced and without error. Chapter 4: Subtle Wisdom. Deconstructing Reality in 10 Dimensions. Now, we enter the most core and intellectually demanding part, the 10 extremely subtle wisdoms. These are the 10 scalpels a practitioner uses to dissect the universe, matter, body, realm, kalpa, age, direction, time, number, karmic retribution, and purity. First is matter say. This isn't just physical stuff. It has the fundamental structure of all things. In the vision of Samantabhadra, one can see down to the most microscopic particles, understanding how they aggregate to become a diamond or a cloud of dust. This isn't a laboratory observation, but a breakthrough of intuitive wisdom. Next is the body. The body isn't just a pile of matter, it is a cluster of karmic energy. Our physical bodies, the body body, and even bodies projected by consciousness each have subtle causes behind them. Then we have the weaving of space and time, realm space, Coupolon cycles, age the flow of change, their action spatial coordinates, and time the immediate moment. Have you ever realized that every time you move a thought, your cosmic coordinates change? The subtle wisdom of their action tells us that their action is relative to a coordinate point. When your heart changes, the tender actions of the world are reconstructed along with it. The subtle wisdom of time requires us to capture the now precisely. For all evolution happens in a single thought. There is also number. Never underestimate numbers. The laws of the universe are often hidden in quantitative relationships. Here, number isn't a simple math problem, but the rhythm and scale of the Dharma realm. When a practitioner sees through matter, space-time, logic, and karma in a single thought, the sutra describes a fascinating psychological state. The heart is without fear, without delusion, neither chaotic nor scattered. Why no fear? Because only the unknown brings terror. When you have insight into everything from the smallest particle to the grandest cosmic cycle, and you find that everything operates within that inconceivable law, your heart enters a state of profound stillness. You find you can discern all things without being muddied by them. Chapter 5. Dedication transforming wisdom into future action. Finally, all this wisdom must converge into a single act, dedication. This dedication of non-attachment and non-binding liberation means taking these profound insights into the micro and macro and transforming them into the power to guide and teach others. When we speak from this state, it is the voice of the Buddha. When we live in this state, we stand on the ground of Samantabhadra, regardless of past, present, or future, and no matter the point in space-time. We can realize this in every thought. Does this sound distant? It isn't. It happens the moment you take a sip of coffee or hear the rush of traffic outside your window. If you simply try to observe the cause and effect behind that moment, if you try not to grab that fleeting sensation, you are already on the path to becoming a great king of action. As the sutra says, in a single instant, the gathering of unutterable, infinite great wisdom increases. Thank you for listening to this deep dive, provided by Australia's Buddha's Path Association. May we all find that unconditioned freedom within these subtle wisdoms.